So when we check packaging and when we ask you 100 questions about certain foods, it's because we're keeping ourselves safe. Welcome to the Healthy Celiac Show. I'm your host, Belinda Whelan from belindawhelan.com, and here you will learn to live your very best life with celiac disease. So we are going to be talking all about health-related topics because you, my friend, are more than just a woman with celiac disease. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss an episode, and welcome to the show. Welcome back to this week's show, and this week we are talking about the things that we wished our friends knew about celiac disease. So I'm going to be covering off 8 things that we wish our friends knew. Now, you might like to go ahead and share this with your friends and family and help spread the word, because it is currently Celiac Awareness Month and we need to get as much info out there to people that don't understand about celiac disease as much as possible. All right, so let's start with number 1. So we want you to know that even if you feel uncomfortable that there's food involved, we still want to be included at food events. So if you're going out for dinner or you're having a dinner party or there's something happening and it's revolving around food, please still invite us. Give us the opportunity to say yes or no. We are still your friends and we still want to see you. And as you know, most things are actually revolved around food. So most events are revolved around food. So we don't want to be left out. We don't want to be ignored and put in the too hard basket. So please still invite us and give us that opportunity to say yes or no. Number 2, gluten, if I accidentally eat it, might not affect me straight away. All right. So if I accidentally have gluten, it's not going to go through me straight away. So don't sit and stare at me when I eat food and think, oh my God, has she accidentally had some gluten? Is she going to be sick? We don't need to be stared at. We don't need to be worried about. We can look after ourselves. We love you as advocates, but there's this issue with gluten. It's not like peanuts where we could have an anaphylactic fit straight away if we ingested peanuts. If we had a peanut allergy, gluten can take some people a couple of hours to affect them. Some people can take half an hour. So just so you know. Number 3. Just because I could eat gluten once upon a time and I was fine doesn't mean I can now. So I've been diagnosed with celiac disease, my friend, and it means I'm no longer able to eat any gluten, not even a crumb, because it's going to make me very, very sick and it's going to make my body attack itself. So if you'd like to mention that, yes, I used to be able to eat gluten, honey, I'm very well aware of that. I miss donuts. I miss fresh, beautiful, soft bread. I miss all that stuff. So I don't need you to remind me that I used to be able to eat gluten. Celiac disease gets triggered in many people when they're older. And that means that, yes, they used to be able to eat gluten, but now they can't. So yeah, please don't remind us. We already know. Okay, number 4. I'm not the only person with celiac disease. It's actually quite common. So I might be the only person you have ever met with celiac disease and you don't know much about it, but it's actually quite common. Here in Australia, it affects about 1 in 70 people. So that's a lot of people. So yeah, there's probably lots and lots of people in your life that have got it, but you just don't actually know that they've got celiac disease. So yeah, it's becoming more and more of, I guess people are becoming more aware of it. So, all right. So number 5, gluten-free is not just avoiding bread. There's actually way more things that we need to avoid. So gluten is actually in a lot of foods and it hides in many, many places. So, you know, there's certain chocolates and obviously treats that we can't have because they've got gluten in them. So yeah, we have to be very, very careful with what we eat. So when we check packaging and when we ask you 100 questions about certain foods, it's because we're keeping ourselves safe and we don't want our bodies attacking ourselves. So that's why, yeah, we ask lots of questions. All right, next one. Don't tell me I'm lucky. Please don't tell me I'm lucky to have celiac disease because I'll never get fat because I can't eat this and I can't eat that. It's not true. We are not lucky. We have been given this disease and we have no choice about it. Trust me, I would much rather be able to eat what I want, when I want, eat where I want, not have to take food with me. So please, please don't tell me that I'm lucky. It's actually a little bit offensive and it makes us feel a bit sad. So definitely not lucky. I wouldn't put us in that category. Oh, another one. Please don't tell me that you would die if you had to eat gluten-free. You will not die. If you get a diagnosis with celiac disease, you will not die if you have to eat gluten-free. My brother said this exact thing to me. He couldn't drink beer because he had pancreatitis, and I told him that he had celiac disease. I was convinced, and he said, oh my God, I would die if I had to stop eating gluten. I've cut out beer. I'm not stopping eating all my food. Lo and behold, yep, he's got celiac disease. So, yep, he hasn't died from eating gluten-free. So, yeah, you don't need to tell us that you would die if you also had to eat gluten-free. You won't. And last one, number 8. Please, please try our gluten-free food that we have prepared if we offer it to you before you tell me that it's gross. Okay? Gluten-free food is amazing. When you are making the right food and cooking well, it is amazing. And I have to say, I reckon the baked food, like, you know, the treats, the cakes and the slices and the muffins and all those things, the brownies, I actually prefer them to the gluten-filled versions. So yeah, please don't knock our food before you try it because it's actually amazing and there's some really delicious recipes and meals out there. So that's the 8 things that we wished our friends knew about celiac disease. Thank you so much for listening, and be sure to share this with your friends and family and on your socials and get the word out there. Tune in next week, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, head to belindawhelan.com to get yourself a free copy of my exclusive ebook, 11 Mistakes People Make Going Gluten-Free Living with Celiac Disease.